beautiful people. You know, that story of you, of your life, everything up until this moment, has got you to here. All of it. All of it. The good, the bad, the pretty, the ugly. All of it. it's all got you to here. All of it. When was the last time you appreciated your journey, where you've come from? Look, I believe we are, and I know this to be true, so you don't have to believe it. It's all good. I know this to be true. We are amazing beings of infinite, brilliant potential. We are. And I can see that in most people. And I've had people, teachers, mentors, guides, coaches, friends that have seen that in me over the years when I haven't been able to see it in myself. So because I'm committed to always working on myself, and when I say that, I don't mean always working on myself like 24/7. There's always stuff to do. There's all that sort of stuff. It's not about that. It's about I'm committed to showing up in my life for me. And the more I have the intention to step into the best version that I can be moment to moment, the better I will be perceived as Pete, this version of me that you see. Now, I'm not doing it for you. I don't care about that. It's not that I don't care about you. I don't care how you perceive me. No, number one, it's none of my business. Number two, I don't care. I don't care. I perceive what I think about, I care about what I think about myself. And that's taken me a while to get there because that was a struggle, because for so long I was needing external validation of who I be. And unfortunately, most of us still are in that place. And that's okay. The thing is, we have to work on it. And I think one of those things to work on it is actually appreciating the journey of where we've come from. Every time you've tripped, every time you've fucked up, every time you've made mistakes, every time you've done some amazing things and had some beautiful wins, some tiny little wins, some in-between wins, no wins at all of that, all of the story has got you to where you are, this version of you. You're either conscious of that or you're unconscious to it. I think the biggest gift we can give to ourselves, the quicker we wake up, the more conscious we become, the more we step into ourselves and own who we be, the more easier it is to, let me rephrase that. Not so much easier, the more simpler it becomes to be the better version of ourselves. We've got to do the inner work. You can't circumnavigate that. You can't go around that. Well, in truth, you can, but you'll probably be a shitty version of you that you're not happy with, that you'll complain about life and bitch and whine and blah, 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 whatever. And that's not fair to you. That's not fair to your infinite brilliant potential. That's not fair for the thing that you're here to do. And I am a massive believer that we're all here to do our thing on the planet. And I'm not just talking about going to work and punching your time card for some fucking job. That's all bullshit. Yes, that can be part of our life, and there's nothing wrong with that. The challenge is we have been taught that that's a big part of life. That's the main part of life. And it's not true. It's just not. You are the purpose. A lady I follow, I follow a couple of ladies out of Bali, very switched on people, very good at their coaching stuff that they do. One of the ladies says, our being, we are the purpose. We are the purpose. I've actually heard that from a few people, and I love it, and I'll probably use that more. Thank you to the ladies that I've got that from. I think it's just such a beautiful thing. For me, that takes away so much of the randomness about life, kind of going, oh, we're just here to pay taxes and all that fucking shit. It's just not true, you know? All that stuff's been made up by man. Anyway, coming back to your infinite brilliant potential, when was the last time you acknowledged your infinite brilliant potential? When was the last time you sat in that? When was the last time I'm talking to you, funky, beautiful people out there. When was the last time that you looked into your eyes in the mirror and just loved on yourself? Just loved on yourself. Just appreciated who you are. Looked at your eyes and just gone, wow, I've never noticed that in my eyes before. They're actually a really beautiful color. Or I've never noticed how cool my nose is before. Or, wow, I'm digging on my earlobes at the moment. Whatever. It can be all of it. It should be all of it. I think when we have those times when we are doing something like that, and then we potentially get triggered by, oh yeah, I shouldn't have it. That's exactly the reason you need to stop, and that's exactly the reason that you need to sit in that thing that you're having that response to or that reaction to about something, and appreciate your journey, appreciate your story, appreciate where that's taken you through life. You are unique. Yes, we all have similarities about so much stuff, but you are unique. No one's done life exactly like you've done life on your journey. No one. No one. Yes, there could have been some people that have done some similar things to you, but fuck, who cares about that shit? Nobody's done it like you've done it. Nobody's done life. Nobody's had the journey that Pete Kennedy's had. Nobody. Yes, there's a bucket load of people that have done what I've done, and differently, and better, and worse. Nobody has done it like me. And that's the same for you. And I've learned to have a love affair with myself. I love who I am. I love who I am. I'm getting better at not being down on myself so much, and that's been a massive and significant improvement in my life. And I can also now see the spillover effects of that in a multitude of areas in my life. And I saw a thing from Mel Robbins about a month ago where she talks about every time she goes into a bathroom, high five yourself. And the first couple of times you do that, you kind of feel, oh, I feel a bit goofy, and you go, yeah, fuck goofy. Not literally fuck goofy. Fuck that feeling of feeling goofy. And do it anyway, Make yourself feel uncomfortable. Put yourself out there, and actually, even if the bathroom's full of people, high five yourself and go, fuck, you're a superstar, man. Oh, I see you. I love you. I fucking love you, buddy. To yourself in the mirror while some dude's washing his hands, or some chick, depending, if you're a guy or a girl. And appreciate you, appreciate your story, appreciate your journey. Start to learn how to tap into your infinite brilliant potential by just stopping, and when you go and wash your hands, or you walk past the mirror and you see yourself, give yourself a little bit of a wink, go back and actually stop and look deeply into your eyes and love on yourself. Just love on yourself and find a minimum of one thing you can appreciate about you. Minimum. And if you're doing that and you feel weird, recognize that, be okay with that. Don't judge yourself over it. Don't give yourself a hard time. Just observe what you're feeling and be okay with it, and just go, oh, that was interesting. I started loving on myself, and I started feeling really self-conscious, and go, that's interesting. And just be okay with being interested in that feeling showing up in that moment. There's other stuff you can do in that moment. Just be okay with no judgment, just purely observational. And love on yourself, and will it feel weird the first few times? Probably, yeah. Will you need to practice it? Absolutely, yes. Do we need to practice it every time we walk past a mirror? Hell yeah. That's a hell fuck yeah. It's just practice. And I'm talking to a microphone because it's a little bit easier. I realized where I was sitting, it wasn't picking up the sound too well. So yes, I'm holding a little microphone. And just loving yourself. That's it. Just loving yourself. Appreciate your story. Appreciate where you've come from. Appreciate your journey. And appreciate that as you start to become more and more conscious and you wake up to evolving, you become more aware of choosing where you want to go. Choosing what you think. Choosing what you say. Choosing how you feel. Being okay with how you feel. Judging yourself less and less. Being more the observer of you and other people. You become better at allowing other people to just be who they be, and that stops affecting you. And when you start seeing these little things and it just gets better, and again through practice and working on it, you'll start noticing that sweet flow to things. Things just start becoming easier. You become less reactionary and more from a place of responsiveness. Because you're infinite brilliant potential. So am I. You can be any version of you want to be, any version of you that you want to be. Because any version of you already exists in the field. Look, if you want to go and do some really deep study in this, go and tap into Gregg Braden, Joe Dispenza, Bruce Lipton. These guys are phenomenal with their knowledge on this stuff. It's just beautiful. I just wanted to give an overview because I just want you to take some time to actually appreciate your story. Don't get stuck in the story. The story helps to define you. That your story isn't you. It's just the path and the journey that you've been on till this moment. You get to choose where you want to go. And the more we are conscious to that, the more we wake up to that, the better it just flows for us. And we ripple that out. So go and love on yourself some more. Go and appreciate your infinite brilliant potential. Go and appreciate your story. Go and appreciate your journey. And work on having that love affair with you. You've just got to be great at being you. That's it. Everything else starts flowing from internal out there once you start working on that stuff and do the inner work and love yourself and go and love some more people while you're out there as well.